In the heart of Egypt's western desert lies Bahria Oasis, an ancient haven that shaped the course of human history. Its strategic location bridged the Mediterranean and African worlds, fostering a unique cultural fusion. Let us embark on a journey to unravel the secrets of this forgotten oasis, where the sands of time whisper tales of a civilization born from the desert's golden light. In the vast expanse of Egypt's western desert, where the scorching sun dips into the dunes like a fiery orb, the Bahria Oasis has lain hidden for millennia, its ancient secrets waiting to be unearthed. The oasis's strategic location, nestled in a natural depression, created a fertile haven amidst the arid landscape. This natural amphitheater, roughly 100 kilometers long and 40 kilometers wide, was carved out by the erosion of limestone and sandstone rocks over millions of years, eventually giving rise to a lush ecosystem that would support human life. The earliest inhabitants of Bahria Oasis date back to the Paleolithic era, around 300,000 years ago, when nomadic tribes roamed the desert in search of sustenance. These early settlers left behind a trail of stone tools and fossilized remains, testifying to their presence in this unforgiving yet majestic environment. As the climate shifted and the desert expanded, the oasis became a vital stopping point for travelers and traders who brought with them stories, goods, and ideas from distant lands. The Neolithic period, which began around 10,000 years ago, marked a significant turning point in the history of Bahria Oasis. It was during this time that the first farmers arrived, bringing with them new technologies and agricultural practices that would transform the oasis into a thriving hub of activity. The introduction of domesticated animals, such as sheep and goats, and crops like barley and wheat, allowed for the establishment of permanent settlements, which would eventually give rise to complex societies. One of the earliest known settlements in Bahria Oasis is the site of Ain el-Gadida, where archaeologists have uncovered evidence of a Neolithic farming community dating back to around 6,000 years ago. The excavations at Ain el-Gadida have yielded a treasure trove of artifacts, including pottery, tools, and jewelry, which provide a glimpse into the daily lives of these ancient people. The discovery of ceramic vessels, adorned with intricate designs and motifs, suggests a high degree of craftsmanship and cultural sophistication. As the Neolithic period gave way to the pre-dynastic era, around 5,500 years ago, Bahria Oasis continued to thrive, with its inhabitants developing more complex social structures and trade networks. The site of Ain el-Gadida remained an important center of activity, with archaeologists uncovering evidence of a sophisticated irrigation system which allowed for the cultivation of crops on a larger scale. This innovation, in turn, enabled the population to grow, and the oasis became a hub of commerce, with merchants exchanging goods such as grains, textiles, and metals. One of the most significant discoveries at Ain el-Gadida is the presence of pottery from the Badarian culture, which flourished in Upper Egypt during this period. The Badarian pottery, characterized by its distinctive black-topped red ware, suggests a high degree of cultural exchange between Bahria Oasis and other regions of ancient Egypt. This exchange is further evidenced by the discovery of flint tools and other artifacts, which indicate a strong connection with the Nile Valley. The pre-dynastic era also saw the emergence of more complex funerary practices in Bahria Oasis, as evidenced by the discovery of tombs at the site of Carrara, located on the outskirts of the oasis. These tombs, dating back to around 4,000 years ago, contain a range of artifacts, including pottery, jewelry, and other personal items, which provide valuable insights into the social hierarchy and cultural practices of the time. The presence of grave goods, such as copper tools and ornate ceramics, suggests a significant level of wealth and status among the oasis's elite. As the pre-dynastic era drew to a close, Bahria Oasis found itself increasingly integrated into the broader Egyptian state, with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under the first pharaoh, Narmer, around 3,100 years ago. The oasis's strategic location made it an important center for trade and commerce, with merchants traveling along the desert routes that connected Egypt to Nubia and other regions of Africa. The discovery of artifacts from this period, such as the Narmer palette, which depicts the pharaoh wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, highlights the significance of Bahria Oasis in the early Egyptian state. The early dynastic period, which spanned from around 3100 to 2600 years ago, saw the continued growth and development of Bahria Oasis with the establishment of more complex administrative systems and the construction of monumental architecture. The site of El Bawidi, located in the heart of the oasis, contains evidence of a large temple complex, which dates back to this period. The temple, dedicated to the worship of the god Amun, features a range of architectural innovations, including the use of stone columns and intricate carvings, which reflect the cultural and artistic achievements of the time. As the early dynastic period gave way to the Old Kingdom, around 2600 years ago, Bahria Oasis continued to flourish, with its strategic location making it an important hub for trade and commerce. The pharaohs of this era, including Khufu and Sneferu, invested heavily in the infrastructure of the oasis, constructing roads, temples, and other public buildings that reflected their power and prestige. One notable example is the Temple of Ha, a lesser-known deity worshipped in the oasis, which features a series of intricate reliefs depicting the pharaoh's role in maintaining the cosmic order. The Old Kingdom also saw the emergence of a new class of officials in Bahria Oasis, who oversaw the administration of the oasis and its trade networks. These officials, often members of the royal family or high-ranking nobles, were responsible for collecting taxes, managing the irrigation systems, and ensuring the smooth flow of goods through the oasis. The tomb of one such official, a man named Kai, has been discovered at El Bawiti, containing a range of artifacts, including a beautifully crafted wooden coffin and a set of fine linen clothes. The prosperity of Bahria Oasis during this period is also reflected in the discovery of a number of private tombs which provide valuable insights into the daily lives of the oasis's inhabitants. The tomb of a woman named Merit, for example, contains a range of personal items, including jewelry, cosmetics, and clothing, which suggest a high degree of comfort and luxury. The presence of imported goods, such as Mycenaean pottery and Nubian ivory, also highlights the extensive trade networks that connected Bahria Oasis to other regions of the ancient world. As the Old Kingdom drew to a close, around 2,150 years ago, Bahria Oasis began to experience a period of decline, likely due to a combination of factors, including environmental degradation and economic instability. The oasis's irrigation systems, which had been so carefully managed during the early dynastic and Old Kingdom periods, began to fall into disrepair, leading to a decrease in agricultural productivity and a subsequent decline in population. The site of El Bawiti, which had once been a thriving center of activity, was gradually abandoned, and the Temple of Ha was left to ruin. Despite this decline, Bahria Oasis continued to play an important role in the Egyptian state, with the pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom, including Amenemhat III and Sobekneferu, investing in the reconstruction of the oasis's infrastructure and the restoration of its temples. The discovery of a number of texts from this period, including the instructions of Amenemhat, provides valuable insights into the administrative and economic systems of the oasis, highlighting the ongoing importance of Bahria Oasis as a hub for trade and commerce. The Middle Kingdom also saw the emergence of a new cultural phenomenon in Bahria Oasis, with the development of a distinctive style of art and architecture that reflected the oasis's unique cultural identity. The tomb of a man named Jehutanot, for example, contains a range of beautifully crafted artifacts, including a wooden statue and a set of fine ceramic vessels, which demonstrate the high level of craftsmanship and artistic sophistication achieved by the oasis's inhabitants during this period. As the Middle Kingdom gave way to the Second Intermediate Period, around 1,650 years ago, Bahria Oasis found itself once again at the center of a complex web of trade and cultural exchange. The oasis's strategic location made it an important hub for the Hyksos, a group of Asiatic invaders who had conquered much of Egypt during this period. The discovery of a number of Hyksos artifacts, including pottery and other ceramics, at sites such as El Bawidi and Carrara, highlights the extent to which Bahria Oasis was integrated into the broader cultural and economic networks of the ancient Near East. The presence of the Hyksos in Bahria Oasis also had a significant impact on the oasis's culture and society, with the introduction of new technologies, such as the chariot, and the adoption of foreign artistic and architectural styles. The tomb of a man named Hepu, for example, contains a range of artifacts, including a beautifully crafted bronze dagger and a set of fine linen clothes, which reflect the cultural exchange and borrowing that characterized this period. As the Second Intermediate Period drew to a close, around 1550 BCE, Bahria Oasis found itself once again under Egyptian control with the rise of the New Kingdom and the expulsion of the Hyksos by Ahmose I. The oasis's strategic location made it an important hub for the Egyptians' military campaigns against the Nubians and other neighboring territories. The discovery of a number of New Kingdom texts, including the Annals of Thutmose III, provides valuable insights into the administrative and economic systems of the oasis during this period, highlighting the ongoing importance of Bahria Oasis as a center for trade and commerce. The New Kingdom period also saw significant architectural developments in Bahria Oasis, with the construction of new temples and the restoration of existing ones. The Temple of Alexander the Great at El Bawiti, for example, was built during this period, featuring a unique blend of Egyptian and Greek architectural styles. The tomb of a man named Amenemhat, discovered at Carrara, contains a range of artifacts, including a beautifully crafted wooden coffin and a set of fine linen clothes, which demonstrate the high level of craftsmanship and artistic sophistication achieved by the oasis's inhabitants during this period. As the New Kingdom gave way to the Third Intermediate Period, around 1070 BCE, Bahria Oasis began to experience a period of decline, likely due to a combination of factors, including environmental degradation and economic instability. Despite this decline, Bahria Oasis continued to play an important role in the Egyptian state, with the pharaohs of the late period, including Psamtik I and Ahmose II, investing in the reconstruction of the oasis's infrastructure and the restoration of its temples. The arrival of the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt, following the conquests of Alexander the Great, marked a significant turning point in the history of Bahria Oasis. The Ptolemies invested heavily in the development of the oasis, building new temples and restoring existing ones, and encouraging the growth of trade and commerce. The Roman period saw further developments in Bahria Oasis, with the construction of new buildings and the restoration of existing ones. As the Roman Empire declined, Bahria Oasis began to experience a period of decline, likely due to a combination of factors, including environmental degradation and economic instability. The arrival of Islam in Egypt in the 7th century CE marked a significant turning point in the history of Bahria Oasis. The oasis's strategic location made it an important hub for the spread of Islam, with many of its inhabitants converting to the new faith. As the centuries passed, Bahria Oasis continued to play an important role in the Egyptian state, with its inhabitants adapting to changing circumstances and responding to new challenges. Today, the legacy of Bahria Oasis can still be seen in its ancient ruins and its continued importance as a center for trade and commerce in the western desert of Egypt. From its humble beginnings as a vital trade hub to its rise as a crossroads of cultures, Bahria Oasis has played a significant role in shaping the course of human civilization. Its legacy is a testament to the power of resilience, adaptability, and the unrelenting pursuit of connection and understanding. Thank you for joining me throughout this historical journey. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.